Hey everybody, welcome back to the Double Clutch Podcast. Kevin on the phone here. Hopefully you all had a happy new year. I know mine was decent. I'm just I'm just a little fucking shitty because I had to start my New Year's resolution here. I'm only about 2 days in, and I'm already sick of fucking chicken and broccoli and salad. And the only thing I'm not sick of is eggs. Like I love eggs, man. I could eat that shit all day. All day. I could eat eggs all day, every day if I could. I mean, I'm eating them every day. Every morning I eat them now. But it's everything else I'm starting to get sick of already. Granted, like I said, it's only day two, so it's not like it's not like I'm expecting like this for me to just be used to this shit already. But I'm gonna keep at it. I'm gonna keep at it. I'm gonna keep eating the eggs. Keep eating the eggies every morning, and then I'll do some hard-boiled eggs. I eat a lot of eggs throughout the day now. Like I don't even know if that's even healthy enough. Maybe I need to start like running now to counteract the all the cholesterol and shit that I'm intaking. I guess it's all good cholesterol. I don't know. They fucking change every like fucking 5 to 10 years. They change their stance on eggs. They're like, oh, dude, they're the best for you. They're good for you. And then it's like, well, maybe you shouldn't eat, this. Like back in the day, it was eggs are bad for you. They're full of fat and cholesterol, and they'll kill you. They'll just give you a heart attack if you eat a dozen eggs. You're done. Then they're like, oh no, it's just the whites. You can eat the whites. That's all right. But don't eat the yolks. Full of cholesterol. Kill you. And then they're like, all right, they're full of cholesterol, but it's the good cholesterol. And then they just kind of go with that. Like that's what it is now. I think is it has cholesterol, but it has good cholesterol, and the benefits outweigh the risks of eating eggs. Which I mean, I don't understand. Like I don't know. Like I said, I'll eat eggs every goddamn day, but I would rather I'd rather just eat regular eggs than have to go out and get like egg beaters or some shit. Like something that doesn't have all the cholesterol in it. Because like I said, I hard boil eggs. I bring them with me to work. Just gonna have some snacks because I can't eat no fucking granola bars or anything like that anymore. I'm trying to stay away from the carbs and the sugar. So if I do have sugar at all, usually it's from like a yogurt. Like I'll eat like a Greek yogurt or something like that. But other than that, I'm not gonna eat none of that shit. I'm just gonna eat, like I said, like the fats and the proteins and stuff like that. No carbs, no grains or bread. Like I said, I eat eggs every morning, and sometimes I put meat in them. I had bacon the other day or yesterday. It was delicious. But bacon, eggs, cheese, which is all good. And I'll mix all that into a big old pile. I'll eat that. I'm fulfilled. I like that stuff because that's all delicious shit right there. And then I'll eat some hard-boiled eggs throughout the day because can't have no fucking no granola bars. Have a cheese stick or something like that. Maybe some yogurt, and then my dinner usually consists of either chicken and broccoli or a chicken salad that I put fucking hot sauce in because I need some kind of flavor. Because I tried just eating a a chicken salad, just chicken and salad, nothing on there. I got some cheese in there, some feta cheese, and some broccoli, but I put any dressing in it. And I'm like, there's no fucking way that I'm gonna be able to eat that like without anything. There's no way. Like I'm not a salad dressing person. Like I'm not one of those people that has to have ranch on everything. I don't need to have ranch on everything. I just need some kind of like flavoring, and I don't want to fucking load it up with There's no real spice I can put on it. I put some pepper on it. That's good. But I just went and took some hot sauce and I dumped some of that on there because that doesn't have anything in it. That's mostly salt. There's no carbs or anything like that. I don't even know if there's calories, and I didn't read the bottle. It's just standard Texas Pete stuff. Like it's nothing insane. But and then I when I do that, Come on now, buddy. Come on. Come on. Sorry, people are being stupid now. Keep going. Keep going, because I can't make that turn there. There we go. Okay. Now I'm back. But, yeah, I just add some hot sauce to it because, like I said, need that flavor, and I think hot sauce, I think they say it kind of curbs your appetite a little bit because of spiciness. Granted, this isn't, that spicy, but like, after chowing down a whole salad with it on there, I'm feeling much better. Yeah, I mean, and I can do that, but man, I'm not really missing the sweet stuff. What I'm missing is like the I guess it is sweet stuff. What am I saying? I'm missing how much I can I usually inhale. Like I usually eat like two granola bars, a pudding cup or two, that kind of stuff, and then I have like two sandwiches. Like I have like a lot of food. I eat a lot of food. That's my issue. Is my appetite's absurd. I'm trying to use the eggs to counteract that, counterbalance that, but I don't know. I mean, it's working. I just kind of tell myself to shut the fuck up, whatever. Oh, I'm hungry. No, you're not. You're not hungry, you fat fuck. You're just bored, or you just need to stuff your face. I don't know. That's my main issue is how much I eat. I think. Now, and granted, I'm sure some of it had to do with what I ate. I didn't eat that good of shit. Like the night of New Year's, where I was like kind of like on my last day, which was basically New Year's Day, because I was still eating like shit on New Year's Day. Uh, I had the pork and the sauerkraut. I had chicken salad made. I ate that, and then I had chocolate chip pancakes in the morning. I had what else did I have? I had a pizza for lunch. I had like a whole pizza, like literally a whole like uh, frozen pizza I ate, and then I also had some other random shit, like random sweet stuff, like French toast bites. I mean, I had those, and then I had like another little mini pizza. And then I had Taco Bell. I ate Taco Bell. I had a quesadilla and a fucking 5-layer burrito. And then for dinner, I had what I have for dinner: chicken wings, which is whatever. It's chicken wings. But I had that, and then I had oh god, what the fuck else did I add? I had a chicken cordon bleu. You know what I mean? Which was just ham and cheese and chicken. So I mean, that's not that bad either. You know I mean, so those last few things weren't that bad. But then I had more pizza. I had another one of those little mini pizzas, and then I ate I ate so much. And not only that, I was also drinking too because I'm like I can't really drink. I mean, I can drink vodka if I want to, but I don't want to fucking drink vodka. I'm not a liquor person. You know what I mean? I'm a beer guy, so I was drinking beer. So I had like, a 6-pack of beer throughout the night. So I was just like, by the end of the night, I was so round and like, whoa, like ready to fucking like throw up. I was just like, all right, I gotta, this right here is it. Like I can't go into bed feeling like that. I was like, and I felt like that on more than one occasion just going to bed. And I'm like, oh man, no wonder I'm gaining all this fucking weight. So, no, there's no more alcohol. No more alcohol in the house. If I really feel like it, I can go get some vodka. Yeah, it's nothing. I'm just trying to stay away from the alcohol too in itself, just so I'm not like becoming an alcoholic. Because for a minute I was drinking for a minute, like not every night, but like at least 3 to 4 nights a week I was drinking. So, and I can't even say was because I'm still in that fucking that week span. But I mean, I just want to. I mean, if I want to fucking have a drink, I'd rather it be beer. But that's not going to happen now. I'm going to have to go and get fucking vodka if I feel like. Then maybe I'll do that. But I know a beer is another big thing too because of all the fucking carbs in beer. I'm just fucking, that's packing on some pounds too. That right there, I might lose 10 to 15 pounds just from not drinking beer. Yeah, that might be an actual thing that happens, but I figure I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do the actual diet. Start slowly working my way up to doing like morning workouts and nighttime workouts. I started out working out at night. Yeah, I'll get off work, I'll go home, I'll go and I'll fucking, go down, lift a couple weights around, do some push-ups, things like that. Maybe some cardio or whatever. I'm actually gonna think about doing that at work because we have a bunch of steps. Like we have like 3 floors in the office building there, and I was thinking about just going up there, just running up and down those steps a couple times before I leave, that kind of deal. Like the one guy I work with does, and then doing that, then going home, doing the strength part of it, doing some curls, doing some push-ups, doing some random shit with like the kettlebells or whatever, that kind of stuff, and then maybe I'll do something. I'll incorporate like a morning workout then too. Like once my body starts getting used to doing shit again, instead of just sitting around like a fucking fat fuck, I can wake up a little earlier, and do something in the morning, go to work, come home, do something at the end of the night before I go to bed. Uh, how many times a week I don't know. At the moment I'm probably gonna try and do like light workouts every day, every night when I get home, just light workouts to get used to it again. Then I'll bring that up, keep doing that every day, and then switch around. I'll just start doing the morning stuff every day, and then do the night stuff every other night, maybe. I don't know. Something like that. Just something to get back into that groove because, granted, like I said, the diet itself is probably going to help out a whole lot, just the sheer fact I'm not eating a bunch of crap. I mean, I've gotten rid of a lot of the fast food already. I haven't done anything like that in a while. I was stopping there every goddamn day. Now I did have Taco Bell over the weekend, so I kind of broke that streak. But I knew if I wasn't going to be eating anything besides fucking chicken and broccoli and eggs, things like that, meats, proteins, I figured I'm going to get this last one in. And that's what I did. I did that. Now going on my merry way to make sure that I just so I can lose a couple pounds. You know what I mean? Right now, my goal right now is to just get to like my short-term goal, I should say. My short-term goal is to lose 30 pounds. That's my short-term goal because I've gained so much that I don't think 30 pounds is pushing it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've gained so much weight. I think I've gained, like I said, like 45 to 50 pounds over the past, I don't know, couple years, I guess. But it's still pretty quick, you know what I mean? Now, over this last year, I don't think I've gained much weight. I think I've stayed where I was at, but I want to try and at least lose 30 pounds, at the start. And then if I get to that and I feel good enough, I'm probably going to try and lose another 20. Try and get rid of the 50 that I gained total. Actually, I think I gained more than 50. But well, I don't know. But I want to try and lose. In the end, I want to get down to like 165, 160. Like long term, I want to get down to 160 pounds or 165 pounds. If I was at 170, that would be fine too. Like 170, 175. That'd be fine too, because I very well might gain muscle throughout this too, if I continue to work out and work hard at it, and just do the protein shit. I'm not trying to get huge. I'm not trying to go fucking not trying to go and get like supplements and stuff like that, which I have thought of that. I might do that. I don't know, but I'm not. I don't really want to get big. Like I don't want to get like. I don't need to get fucking ripped. You know what I mean? I just want to get thinner, back to a normal my weight that I'm normal at. Not one where I'm fucking obese. I'm pretty sure I'm considered obese right now because I'm not tall. You know what I mean? I'm not a tall guy, so like I have all this extra weight on my little joints. My 5'7" legs. well, my 5'7" body. That's part of it. I'm mostly upper body. Like my legs are not very long. Like most of my height comes from my upper body. So my little legs are not meant to support the weight that I'm at now. So that's why I need to. That's why I need to do this. And obviously, I know it's not going to happen overnight. So I have to keep taking it day by day. I just got to keep doing stuff to take my mind off of food because food's like almost. I don't want to say an addiction, but it is kind of like a comfort addiction because food is comforting to me. Not that I'm super like, not that I need to be comforted. You know what I mean? It's a little like lately. It's been a little stressful, just with the holidays and shit like that. It's been stressful. So I'm not gonna say that life is perfect right now, but I don't feel like I should need to be like, oh, I'm sad. I need to fucking stuff my face with a half a box of fucking Twinkies. Like it ain't like that. Not that I fucking eat those things anyway, but anything. You know what I mean? I don't want to just fucking stuff my face like that. Gotta learn a little bit more control. Get my body back to being like, oh yeah, you don't need to eat that much. You fucking pile of shit. But I don't know. I'm gonna keep at it. Hopefully, I will lose little bit of weight. We'll see when February comes around. See if I dropped any poundage. I'm not expecting, I'm not expecting to drop to fucking 160 pounds right away. But again, that's the long-term goal, man. And that's if I really, keep at it. I keep hitting my fucking microphone. That's if I really keep at it. I mean, because I was 170 or 175, somewhere in between there when I was in really good shape. And that was with like muscle being gained because of working for the moving company and stuff. All I did was work out for 8 to 10 hours a goddamn day, Monday through Friday. So, and that was with me not eating good. Like I'm eating good right now, and I'm not going to be fucking, obviously not working out this much. But if I could get to, part of that with the eating good, I think it'll work out. It only took me like 6 months to drop a bunch of weight at fucking while I was doing that shit. You know what I mean? And that still wasn't my thinnest, but I figure if I'm eating good and I'm doing a little bit of stuff, you know, strengthening my muscles again, getting them back to moving regularly, because it doesn't help that I'm a fucking truck driver, but I figure that will help me out. That'll keep me where I want to be. Like I said, I figure if I keep on the diet, I could get down to 160 pounds. But I don't feel like that's gonna happen, considering, I'm gonna fucking be working out too. Plus, I have a large frame too. I have the frame of like a 6 foot person. My dad is 6'2", and he has a large chest. I have a large chest. Like the frame that the body I should have with the frame that I have, I should be 6'2", but I didn't get that. I didn't get that gene. I got the fucking short gene from my fucking grandfather, so that makes me 5'7", with like the body type of a fucking 6 foot, person. So that's an extra, 5 inches of shit, or 5 inches of, height that is just being smashed down, or 5 inches of, 5 inches of height that I have to make up for being smashed down on my 5'7" body. So, and I've always had this issue. I've always had issues keeping weight off, like not really losing weight, or almost not even really keeping it off, because I just kind of didn't really worry about it. Like when I was in school, I was the fat kid. You know what I mean? I was fucking, the height I am now, but I was, over 200 fucking pounds. But I did shit like I would go to the gym periodically, like every now and then, played some sports, but I rode my bike every fucking day. I walked to and from school every day. I didn't exactly go crazy with the food. Not that I ate right, but I didn't eat terribly. And then I never really lost any weight until after high school. My body, I guess, something with puberty, who knows? My body was weird. And then I was able to stay pretty relatively thin up until just recently, because obviously I'm just sitting around doing this. I mean, I had more active jobs then too. Working in the kitchen and then fucking working the moving company. But when I was in the kitchen, man, I just fucking ate. I ate like fucking 3 fucking cheeseburgers every goddamn day. I'd eat those big ass cheeseburgers, man. I don't know. It must have something to do with, I still had better metabolism then too. I'm sure my metabolism's gone to shit now that I'm fucking, a little older. And my body's like, all right, there's your fucking 5 years of being in shape, and now I really have to work for it, I guess. But that's fine. But that's fine. If I have to fucking work for it, I'll do a little bit of work for it. Like I said, I don't need to be fucking I don't need to be a god. I just want to be healthy and in shape. I don't want to be the fat dad either. You know what I mean? Like, not that I'm like the fat dad now, because there's plenty of guys I know who are way fatter than me. But I don't want to be when the kids are in high school. I don't want to be sitting on the couch with this fucking giant belly, these man tits. Oh, kids, how you doing? Blah blah blah. No, I don't want to do that. I wanna be in shape. I want to fucking be able to. I want to be able to like kind of keep up with the kids a little bit. I'm not saying I have to surpass them. I'm not saying I want to be a fucking. I don't want to be Dwayne the Rock Johnson. I just want to be able to keep up with kids. You know what I mean? If say my son tries to put some hands on me or something like that, I still want to be able to defend myself, put him on the ground if I have to. You know what I mean? I want to still be able to do that kind of shit. That's where the working out kind of comes in. Try and keep myself strong. You know, but we'll see. Like I said, this is literally only the beginning, and we'll find out if I can handle it. I can handle it. I just gotta fucking not be a bitch about it. Just not be a little bitch. Just start doing. I need to do more shit to occupy my time. Like that's what I was doing this weekend. Instead of just sitting down eating or something like that, I would go and I would do shit. I mean, I organized my wife organized the closet. I organized my game room a little bit. I got down, I did Legos with my son. We did some Legos. We made a helicopter because, I know how to follow directions. The only issue is trying to get him to watch or follow them. He doesn't, he won't like watch me do them. He'll just kind of, he'll watch me do them, but he won't look at the directions. I'm like, hey, I need this piece, and he'll find it for me. And I'm like, I try to go, hey, now look at this. I need this, and this has to connect to this. All right, like watch how I'm doing this, and he'll be like, all right, and then he'll just try and play with it already. He'll just sit down. He'll be like, all right, time to try and play with it. But I I just try to do that, and we had another one. We had a Mario one. It was like Mario's house or something like that. I don't know, some shit like that. But in order for us to do that one, we had to have this other set. Like we had to have like a main set, and we didn't fucking have that set because we just kind of got this one. Had Yoshi in it. We're like, oh cool, go ahead and we'll make this. Has Yoshi in it. You make Yoshi. Well, I opened it up. For one, there was no Mario or anything like that as on the box. And I'm reading it, and it's like, oh yeah, to go with, to go with the main set of Mario's whatever castle, blah 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 blah. And I open it up, and I'm pulling all the shit out, and I'm like, dude, there's not even fucking instructions. In order for me to get instructions for that fucking setup, I had to download an app, which was like a fucking like a whole gigabyte app on my phone, which doesn't seem like much in retrospect, but at the time I was like, dude, it's 7 o'clock at night. I'm not gonna wait for this to download, because I mean, if it's only downloading, it still took like a couple like 15 minutes or something like that to download. But I'm like, well, fuck that. We'll just sit here and we'll just do this. But now I have it, and I'll be able to look it up and be like, all right, here's this. We're gonna build this fucking Mario one at some point. But I guess that means I have to get that other one now. And that shit, those things are fucking expensive. Legos, if you're buying one that has like a brand, whether it be Nintendo or Marvel or something like that, those motherfuckers are expensive. Like you can go get a standard Lego set, like the one we had the other day. It was just a regular, like a helicopter. I think I got it for like $10. You know what I mean? It was like 128 pieces or something like that. It wasn't huge, wasn't a tiny one like the other one we had was like 48 pieces. We built a little monster truck, but we did that, and it was $10. I bought that for $10. Well, I would go and I would look for like a Spider-Man one that was 90 pieces. This Spider-Man one, and it was like $30. I'm like, are you serious? Just to build this Spider-Man car or whatever the fuck? Like that's horseshit, man. Why the fuck? Just because of the brand? I mean, I guess they have to charge more money because you know, I guess they gotta get a cut of it or whatever. But I'm like, dude, you tripled the price. There's less pieces. Just because it's Spider-Man. Nintendo's the worst. The one I saw was like $50. I'm like, are you serious? Like, and it's not, much bigger. You know what I mean? Like, the Star Wars one that I saw was like, I don't know, $100. Fuck. The one that's by Nintendo is like it's a replica of just a TV and the NES, the original Nintendo. That's what it's modeled after. You're gonna build that. And it was like $250. I'm like, dude, like you're literally paying for nostalgia there. Like that's what they're charging for. They're charging for your nostalgia. Like there's no like there's no way that would actually cost like 200 $250. I mean, there's no way. That's so much money for that. Just to, just to build the console and a TV. You are overcharging for nostalgia there. I mean, you can buy an actual fucking NES and an old TV like that for less than $250. That's what blows my mind. You can buy the whole console, the original console, and a TV that it will play on for less than that. But it's just because you know, it's just something that some people are going to want to be like, oh yeah, let's play, let's do this. This is something that your dad used to do back in the day, and then there I am, fucking shelling out $250 for something I'm going to put together, and then kind of just set up on my shelf. You know what I mean? Like if it was like $100, I could see that. I would buy it if it was $100. Yeah, I mean 120 at the most. But $250 for something, they're the profit on that is insane for both companies. For Nintendo and for fucking Lego. There's no way that they're paying. There's no way that they're paying. Let more than I don't know, an eighth of that price. There's no way. Like I would even go and say like a tenth of that. I feel like they're paying. They're probably paying $25, and you're paying 250. I feel like it's just I don't like I said, I don't know if it's greed. It's probably greed. It's got to be greed. You know what I mean? Like I said, they're fucking paying. They're charging you for your nostalgia. They know that you're gonna be like, man, look at this. If you don't already, someone like me, I have all that old shit because I kept a lot of my games, a lot of my stuff from when I was a kid. So I have a lot of that stuff. I can still hook it up to a TV that I have in my game room and play that stuff like it was 1990. Like I can still do all that. But a lot of people who didn't do that, who are just kind of went through life and actually became an adult at the right time, unlike some of us, they're going to see that and they're going to be like, oh, cool. This is really cool. It's, I remember this 30 years ago. And then they're going to buy it, which they'll be able to without, any issue because they went to college and started adulting when they were supposed to. They'll be like, yeah, and then they'll build that with their kid and they'll have a nice, wholesome time with it. And I just can't seem to do that because I'm so mad at the fact that they're charging $250 for something isn't worth like that much. Instead of being like, oh, this would be cool to do with my kid, I'm like, how the fuck are they charging $250 for that shit? There's no way. I'll give an explanation just like I just did. I could buy the original fucking system and a TV for less than that. You know what I mean? When in reality, it's just like, hey, build this uh, old school shit that you used to hang out with your friends and do. Build that with your kid and explain to, which I mean, makes sense, I guess. I do it. I do that shit with my kids. I'll fucking, well, my oldest, I should say. The other one, my 2-year-old doesn't care, and the other one is still a fucking baby, so he doesn't know. But my oldest one, I'll do stuff like that. Like we were playing, Sonic the Hedgehog the other day. Well, it's more like other day, but a while back we were playing Sonic. And I'm just like, yeah, this is what this is stuff your dad used to play. Same with Mario. I'm like, this is stuff your dad played when he was your age. When he was 5 years old. I mean, this is the stuff he was playing. And then now we just got the new Mario Kart game for the Switch, and he plays that. And when he wants to, he's pretty goddamn good at it for a 5-year-old. But I tried to get him, before that, I tried to get him to play the original Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo, and he was just like, he's like, what is this? What is this? I'm like, oh, it's, Mario Kart. You know what I mean? And at the time, before he played the new one, he was like, oh, cool, it's a racing game. But now he's played the new one, and he is like, he's not gonna go back to it. You know what I mean? He's not gonna be like me and have that kind of that. Well, I guess I mean obviously it is nostalgia, but he's not gonna have that respect for what we used to have. Like from the best we had was that. There's nothing had a fucking nothing had an AMD fucking 8 GB fucking processor or whatever, or there was no there was none of that shit. There was no gigabytes. Like there was no gigabytes back when I was a kid. It was megabytes, 16 or megabits, 16 fucking 16 megabit console. You know what I mean? Which is just nothing now. Like I said, fucking all this stuff, all these new systems have fucking RAM that is 16, 18 gigabytes, or 8 or 16 gigabytes. And that's just the RAM. And then there's storage space of like 1 terabyte. I mean, which after it's formatted is still nothing. It's down to 8, or it's still like 800 some, which is nothing because now games themselves need like 50 to 60 gigabytes of memory or more. Some need 100. It's crazy to think they're not going to have that simpler time to look at like me, which is what makes it nostalgia for a lot of people. It's like, oh, the shit was so much simpler. You had to fucking read in a magazine if a game was good. You had to fucking, if you fucking put the cartridge in and it didn't work right, well, there was no fucking updates. That was the game now. And granted, that fucking company probably went out of business then because nobody's gonna fucking buy their game anymore. Now they did that shit. But they had to make sure that shit was perfect before it came out. Nowadays, if it's not done, if a game's not done, they're just gonna they're gonna send it out and they're gonna put out a patch. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna put a patch out and fix any little glitches or bugs that are in it now. They couldn't do that back in the day. That's why you could, I mean, now granted, you could exploit some of that shit. Nowadays, in the old games, you could exploit some of those things, those glitches and whatnot. And some people do that if they do like speed runs and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. But nowadays, I mean, nowadays you can still exploit some of them glitches, but they're gonna, when they go to fix those glitches, they're gonna fix the bad ones and the good ones. The only way that they were to fix those things back in the day is come out with a new version of the game. Take Pokemon. Take that game for instance. When I was a young child and had that game, I had the red version. And in that version, the red and the blue version, there is a glitch where you can. I mean, there's tons of fucking glitches, but there was one very beneficial glitch where you could go and you could get whatever the sixth item in your item slot was. You could get that, and you could duplicate it up to, I think it was 128 or something like that. You could make it. You had to do a series of events that would make the sixth item in your inventory 128. So you would do that with, the Master Ball. You only got one Master Ball in the game if you play it right. You do that, boom, you now have 128 of them. Put that in the sixth item slot, do the fucking various things you had to do. It was easy. I remember how to do it. I'm sure everybody who does know how to, or who's listening, should know how to do it. Unless you don't, all you did was you went to, you put whatever item you wanted duplicated in the sixth spot. You went to Viridian City. You talked to the old man who has his coffee. If you played the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But you talk to that old man. You go through that shit. He actually shows you how to catch a Pokemon. You do that, and then right directly from there, you fly to Cinnabar Island, and you go over to the right coast. You swim up and down, and then until you run into a what's called a missing no, which is just a glitch Pokemon. Don't catch it. It could definitely fuck up your game. Just kill it or run from it, one or the other. It doesn't matter which one you do, but you kill it or run from it. Once that's done with, the sixth item in your inventory should have, it'll say like X glitch something or other, but it's really 128. You get 128 of those. And you would do that. I would do that with the rare candies, and I would fucking level all my Pokemon up to 100. They'd all be level 100. I'd have all the Master Balls, so I'd be able to catch any Pokemon I want. Fucking, there's some other stuff you would do, like, if you need, like, the full restores or whatever, things like that. Not that you really needed them, because your Pokemon were level 100 and had, health pools that are fucking 500 HP or more. So it's not like, you needed all that, but the main ones you did were the rare candies and the fucking Master Ball. And that made, the end of the game way easier, because you didn't get that till after, like, you couldn't do all this stuff until, like, you've already collected 6 of the 8 gym badges. So it's not like it was like a thing that, broke the game. As far as the beginning, you still had to play the beginning part of the game regular, unless you fucking, made the glitch where you could get like a level 100, Nidoking or something like that, in like before the first gym leader, which is possible. I don't remember exactly how to do it, but there's YouTube videos that show you, But when they came out with when we got red and blue, there was plenty of glitches like that. You could do all that shit. Now, well, a year later, I should say, they came out with the yellow version, which is loosely based off of, like, the anime, at least here in America. But they did that, and they fixed all the glitches. All the bad glitches, but they took away all them good ones, too. Now, I'm sure there's there's beneficial glitches in that game. I didn't play that game as much, because I don't hold that to a, I don't know. I didn't hold much value in that game as I did the original ones. I mean, because that's basically what that is just, that's just an updated version of those original ones. Why would I, better sprites and shit like that, they fixed the glitches. I would rather just, play the original ones, which I did. Not saying I didn't play the yellow version. I did play that one. It was fun, because you got all the, you started out with the Pikachu, and then you got, which made the first fucking gym badge a pain in the ass to get. But once you got all that, then you got the other 3 starters from the original game. So you got the Charmander, the Squirtle, and the Bulbasaur. So it was fucking sweet. I loved it. But like I said, I held more nostalgia for them first 2. But that's how they did that shit back in the day. That was a big, long explanation to point out that they had to fucking re-release a game to update it. But that's how it worked. They had to do shit like that. You know what I mean? So nowadays, am I thankful for the fact that You don't have to really worry, if you really want to play a game and you fucking get it and there's all, fucked up glitches. Am I thankful for the fact that they can just send something through the fucking internet? Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, it sucks. It's going to suck up another, 5 gigabytes of your fucking memory because that's how big the patch needs to be. But it's there. It's an option. Wasn't like that back in the day, but it's hard to look back and be like, and not have like a respect for that. You know what I mean? Back in the day, they had to make sure games were good or else you're fucked. You know what I mean? There goes your company. If all these fucking Mario games came out back in the day and they all sucked, do you think Mario would be an icon, in the video game industry like he is today? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's why they had to make it good. Otherwise, that's it. Now though, it's they can shit it out halfway done, and they'll fix it, with a day one patch or whatever. Oh, buddy. That's how they'll do that. That's how they've been doing it. And the only thing I can blame it on is the greed. They want to get it out there and get people to buy it real quick, and they'll fix whatever they need to fix later. Which, to me, does not seem like a very good business model. But, I mean, like I said, I don't I don't own a business. I don't have a fucking business degree. But I'm pretty sure you want to make sure that your product is, I don't know, good, in working order before you release it. You know what I mean? If you were going to, if you went to go buy a car, and they were like, oh yeah, so here's the thing, the airbags and the fucking suspension, all that stuff. Now, granted, it's a little different with airbags and shit, but the airbags and the suspension aren't done yet. We're gonna come over tomorrow and we're gonna put them in your fucking car. It's like, okay, well, I'm not gonna drive this fucking thing home then, because now I'm just gonna fucking bang the axles around. They're gonna get all dented up, possibly break, and if I get hit, there's a chance that that I'll fucking die because there's no safety fucking measures in this thing. Now granted, I'm kind of comparing apples to oranges there, but you understand what I'm saying. Like, that's horseshit. And and one thing that makes it, I think, as far as video games, one thing that I think makes it a little different is the fact that the fan base of certain video games and video game companies are toxic as fuck. Toxic as fuck. I mean, there was that game that just came out, that Cyberpunk game, and it's been in development for 8 fucking years, and everyone was fucking bitching, oh, why isn't it out yet? Bring it out, just send it out already, God. And they did, and everyone's like, this game sucks, there's so many glitches, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't done. It wasn't done. Not only that, they put too much emphasis on the next generation of consoles compared to the one that it was supposed to come out on. You know what I mean? Like, it was supposed to be out, I believe, last generation. Come on, man, hit your gas pedal. So it's not like, and because that's the thing, I guess it wasn't running good on the base systems of, like, the old generation, like the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. So, I don't know. I just, it's a mix of both, but people just need to stop being dicks in general. Companies need to stop being greedy, and the fans and the people who are, and the consumers themselves need to stop pushing them to fucking hurry up. Quit telling them to fucking, quit having them. The only reason they're cutting corners is because you're fucking you're bitching. Well, it's taking so long. I need it now. Like, you don't need it now. I need a fucking drink. Hold on. Oh, this fucking beeping is pissing me off already. It's because this asshole wants to take his sweet ass time right now. Yeah, there we go. It's a vicious circle here, or a vicious cycle with this shit. And I'm only using video games as an example is because that's one of my fucking favorite things to do is play video games. I like to play video games. I mean, it's something I know a lot about. I know a lot of shit when it comes to video games. Not as much as others, but I do watch a lot of news about it. I know what's going on. Even though I'm not, I don't consider myself a hardcore gamer anymore because I have kids. I can't, just sit. I can't sit in front of a fucking TV for 12, 8 to 12 hours a day. You know what I mean? And fucking just be like, hey, I gotta feed these kids. You know what I mean? I gotta interact with the kids at some point. You know what I mean? So I can't fucking, come on now, Jesus Christ, people. I can't sit in front of the TV for that long. Like, it's not happening. Not gonna happen. Not only that, I don't think my old eyes can fucking handle it like that anymore either. But I will play. There are days like on the weekends, like just this past weekend, I did play for like 3 hours at one shot. You know what I mean? All the kids were down for a nap. I sat down, I played for like 3 hours, maybe even 3.5 hours. And then they started waking up, and then they were just starting to, get a little antsy. And I was like, all right, I got to turn it off now. And then I'll play again at night, you know what I mean? So I still play pretty regularly, but I'm not a hardcore gamer like I used to be. I may have already mentioned this before, but there was a time where me and my cousin would stay up till, the wee hours of the morning, and then I would go to work, and he would still be up playing fucking video games. Shut the fuck up! He would still be up playing video games. And then when I got home from work, I would start playing video games. And then when he got off of work, he would come over. So, I mean, we're playing for, 8 hours, 12 hours at a time. You know what I mean? Between the two of us, we're playing a lot of video games, man. Oh, God, shut the fuck up, man. Why? Why are you beeping so much? So, I mean, that's something I know about. And, the more I see is, all I see is it as is corporate greed. You know what I mean? And I see it with a bunch of companies, obviously. You know what I mean? I can put my company in there. I can just, insert my company's name in there and be like, yeah, they don't want to pay us anymore because they want to get paid more. They need to make more off the top. You know what I mean? And it's obvious. Yeah, and people call them out all the time. You know what I mean? Plenty of companies are like that. You know what I mean? There's very few companies that are looking out for their employees. You know what I mean? Or their consumers even. If you're in some kind of service industry, yeah, you should look out for the consumers quite a bit, the people buying your shit. But even then, they don't care. It's just like, I don't care. They just need to keep buying it. I don't care if they like it or don't like it or they think it's mediocre. They're still going to give me money for it. And that's a big thing in the fucking, a lot of industries now. And I mean, I can't say for certain, like, I can say for certain this. I can say for certain that a company will look out for its customers more than its employees because they think, right, obviously they're the ones paying. They're the ones paying for you for everything. So they think, right there, that's where it is. So we're going to screw the people doing the work for us to try and benefit the people that are buying it. You know what I mean? Which is I feel is, horseshit because if it wasn't for us, take my industry for instance. If it wasn't for me, the guy doing the actual work, your customer wouldn't be getting his shit or getting his shit picked up. You know what I mean? It doesn't, and you're not the only person. They can buy it for someone else. They can get someone else to pick it up. But if if you were trying to dick me to give the other fucking guy a deal, the customer a deal, and I'm like, well, fuck you, and I decided to take my sweet ass time, and I get there, oh, no one's here, man, I couldn't deliver this, or I couldn't pick it up, sorry, and the next day they're like, yeah, we're just going to give it to somebody else. You lost that fucking customer, man, whether it be for that day or forever. There's plenty of people, there's plenty of fucking businesses that left like our company, left our company to go somewhere else and take their fucking business somewhere else. You know what I mean? And you're not gonna fucking, you sure as hell ain't gonna keep doing. You're not gonna continue to get businesses to be your customer if you treat us like shit, because chances are we're gonna take our sweet ass fucking time and dick you out of that one too. You know what I mean? If you're gonna treat us like shit, I don't know anybody who's done it personally, because everyone I know always tries to get their shit on time. we're not treated like shit by our, by our immediate managers. Like my dispatch doesn't treat me like shit. You know, they're just they're trying to do their job just as we are. I mean, we all got to kind of work together at some way, one way or another, to get it done. Everybody is always like, yeah, we got to get our, we worry about getting our shit to them because obviously we want the company to prosper so we can prosper. But the company doesn't usually always pass down them savings because once all that money gets up top there, those are the guys who are just like, fucking these peons continue to do our dirty work while we just rake in money for doing nothing. Because all those people up there act like they're running a business. They're not. They're telling other people to run a business. They're watching over other people, making sure they're running a business the way they want it ran. And they want it ran so that they make the most money, and the people who are doing the actual work make the least amount of money. But those people that are doing the actual work need to do their shit to their best of their ability, so that the people that are paying them all that money continue to pay them all that money. It's a pain in the dick. And I'm sure it's every fucking company. I know it. It's every goddamn company. It's like this. I just know it through my company because there's been issues before with, before I started working here, them, giving pay cuts and shit like that because of bad business decisions. You know what I mean? So they would make a shitty decision for the business, and then the people who had to take the pay cut were the people were the workers, the employees. Management didn't have to take any pay cut. What are you talking about? I mean, I think it was they took like I think they took like a 10% or 15% like pay cut or something like that. But then in that whole time, that management staff didn't have to take anything. They didn't take any pay cut. Now, management that came in after all that, they were making, that much less also. But the immediate management there, no, they didn't have to do that. In fact, throughout that, they were getting like 2% raises and shit like that. And that's why there's a lot of disgruntled people that I work with now because of that. And I don't blame them at all. I don't blame them for 1 second. Because, and we're supposedly we're a union company, and the union's supposed to back us up, but they didn't. They were like, this is how it is, and if you don't like it, you can go somewhere else. The union said that, and, so that's why when people say, unions have it easy, uh, it's, it, we do as far as keeping our jobs. We don't have to worry about your boss. You don't have to worry about your boss just coming down and being like, hey, you're done today. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to worry about that as you would if you worked, anywhere else that's non-union. You know what I mean? That's one thing you have to worry about. You don't have to worry about is job security. You have your job. The thing that sucks is all those other benefits that they had back in the day, that they don't exist. They don't exist. People act like, oh, they just do nothing and get paid top dollar. No. There are some people that do nothing. Don't get me wrong, but we're not getting paid top dollar. We don't have those big ass pensions like they used to. The retirement and stuff like that. There's nothing like that. As far as I know, as far as I know, it's getting a little bit better now. But there was a huge fucking downgrade from like the late '80s and the '90s through the 2000s. There was a big fucking like drop in all that. Now I'm sure wages are getting better. As far as like pensions go, I don't fucking know. Benefits and stuff are decent, but it's not like how everyone thinks it is. And a lot of people just think like people in unions are lazy, which they're right. A lot of people are fucking lazy. A lot of people, if they were to lose the job they have with the union, they wouldn't be able to work anywhere without a union because they don't know how to fucking work decent. They don't know how to fucking put in a hard day's work. But at the same time, there's a lot of people who do work their asses off and, just kind of get lumped in with all that. They just kind of get lumped in with the fucking lazy people just because they're part of a union. Like, and usually the only people that don't like unions are people who are in management. So that's that's what makes it funny. You know what I mean? Because they're like, oh, now I can't just fire him for no reason. Like, yeah, you can. Like, that's an issue. That's a big issue. You shouldn't just be able to fire someone just because you don't like them. You know what I mean? Or they made you mad. You know, fucking crybaby. Like, it's not how it works. You know what I mean? If they fuck up their job a whole bunch, yeah, absolutely they should be fired. You know what I mean? And I feel that with union companies too. If they're fucking up all the goddamn time, and then the union continues to fucking fight for them, I feel like that makes it bad for the union then too, because they're like, why are you fucking sticking up for this jackass, but you couldn't stick up for the whole mass of people whenever they were trying to, you know, take money from them. And it's probably because they were getting a cut of it too. You know what I mean? It's all politics, and I can't fucking stand it, man. I can't stand it. That's the only reason I haven't ever like looked into, you know, becoming a steward, or even like reading about like the, you know, the union itself, like reading how what their actual fucking job is when it comes to the employees and the fucking management and the company itself. Like, I don't know what the fuck they're supposed to do. You know, I haven't looked into it. I think about it, you know, but like I said, I have a buddy at, you know, 9 months after working there. He started there after I even did, and he's been a union steward now for 5 years. You know, there's apparently a rule book or whatever. I know most of the work rules, but there's some that are just, you know, dumb. Some of the shit's just dumb, but it's just the way it goes, you know. And you know, I don't have to deal with any of that because, you know, where I'm at, I just drive. I'm in the city, man. I don't have to fucking. I don't gotta talk to any of those people. I know what my rules are. Just get there, get back. Get there, get back. Those are my rules. Get there as quickly and safely as possible. Get back as quickly and safely as possible. That's it. That's all I need to fucking worry about. You know what I mean? Make sure you take your lunch when you're before the 8 hour driving mark or whatever. You know, shit like that. Just yeah, do everything safely and swiftly as possible. You know, but don't let safety come after swiftly. Safety should always be first, regardless of where you work. But you know, I don't know. It would be nice if everybody ran a company like what's his name? Richard Branson, is that his name? The guy who owned like Virgin Mobile or something like that, or owns Virgin Mobile. He's like, your employees are your greatest asset. You know, treat them like that, and then they'll make sure you're cut. Now, in that situation, it's different because I'm not out there making. I'm not the one out there making potential new customers. Yeah, we have a whole sales team for that shit. How good they do, I don't know. I've only seen a few new accounts, you know, and that was right after the pandemic. We got all these accounts. We laid off a bunch of people and then picked up a bunch of new accounts. But I don't see anything different. You know what I mean? I don't see them doing anything. You know what I mean? Fuck, we might as well go out. We can hand out fucking business cards too, you know? I mean, every time we go somewhere, we go to like an adjoined business. I can go right next door and be like, hey, man, you know, these guys would love to have your business, you know. You know, hopefully these guys next door here, we haven't fucked over too many times where they're going to badmouth us, you know what I mean? That kind of deal, because that's what happens, word of mouth. You know, they're going to go to, you know, some of these salespeople go to these businesses and they're like, oh, would you like to come? And be like, no, I've heard about you guys. You fucking suck. Go away. They're like, oh, okay. Like, you know, I, I'm sure that happens, but I understand with, you know, that was, I believe, what was it? Virgin Mobile? Was that an air, I don't, Virgin Mobile, I mean, I assume that's a fucking, like a cell phone company of some sort, like a fucking T-Mobile, you know, Verizon, AT&T kind of deal. I feel like it's something like that, you know, or was it an airline? Because it's Virgin Airlines and Virgin. Well, they the same thing. See, this is bad. I don't know this. I just kind of took that guy and used something he said and kind of made it law. I'm like, yeah, this guy gave a shit about his employee. He might not have given a shit about his employees at all. And I instantly assumed it was like a cell phone company. Come on, stop it. Because Virgin Mobile. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, it must be a cell phone. He must have had, people on headsets fucking, oh, thank you for joining Virgin Mobile, yada yada. You know what I mean? Getting paid, uh, fucking for I forgot what is that now? When you fucking sell a car and you get paid like a certain amount. I can't remember what it's fucking called now. Why do I keep having these goddamn brain farts? Uh, not fucking per diem. It's not that. What the fuck is it, man? Oh my god, this is gonna piss me off now. Either way, yeah, they probably have shit like that. They're out there making customers, making new customers. I'm not making any new customers really. I'm just delivering shit and picking up shit from existing ones. You know what I mean? And like I said, we have a sales team, but I don't think they're doing that good of a job either. You know, I'm sure there's other people that we could. I'm sure there's other places and other companies that if me or the next guy would go in and be like, hey, do you ever think about coming through us or something like that? And sometimes they'll be like, no, I never really thought about it. Maybe I'll give you a try. Or they're like, yeah, we used you guys before. You're garbage. You fucked up my freight all the time. So, I mean, we've been in business for a long time. So, for me to think that we haven't gotten to more companies than we have now is ridiculous. I'm sure there's plenty of companies we had before that just dropped us because we were bad. Ah, and I know for a fact since I've been working here, some companies have dropped us. Some of them who are pretty big. Most not because of any faults of us, but because like they were moving, uh, or they like the one place we went to, we were picking up 2, 3, sometimes 4 trailers a day from them. Well, they packed all their shit up, and because they were based out of York, and they packed up all their shit and they moved from fucking York, PA, all the way down to fucking Nashville, Tennessee, or something like that. You know what I mean? So we're not fucking going picking up anything from them anymore. So there's that. Then there was another place that we picked up from up in Pottsville. We picked up from them, and they moved all their shit. I want to say Vermont. I want to say they went up north. So they might have even just went to like New York or Connecticut or something. I feel like they went up more north there in New England. So that was the place we got, about, like a trailer a day, you know what I mean? Or we picked up, so that wasn't a huge loss or whatever, but the other one seemed like a pretty decently sized like a decent sized loss as far as I'm concerned. I could be wrong. I could, like I said, I could be talking out my fucking ass here, but to go to these, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like that one is kind of a big loss because, that much freight every day. The other one not so much, but come on, man, go faster. Don't pull out in front of me and then do under the speed limit. But no, I feel like that's gonna take a big chunk of business, not business, but like a big chunk of revenue away. All them cars, just auto parts and shit like that. So if they're paying by weight, brake pads are heavy, especially if they're for, you know, like big trucks and shit like that. I assume that's gonna, take away a nice chunk of revenue away from us. I figure maybe, maybe we'll get something maybe we'll get something that will take over that. I mean, something that'll be like, oh, okay, we lost that, but we gained this, and I haven't seen anything that we've gained. You know what I mean? And the one place we lost literally at the beginning of the year, like fucking January 1st, that place went gone, out. Like that place was fucking, they packed up, they left. The other place closed down like way earlier this year, I think, like right in the beginning of 2020, I think. Or oh, way earlier, last year, I should say. Shit, ain't 2020 anymore. Fuck, man. But, but that's the one's a big one. And then another one we did, we were doing Harley Davidson too. Like we were getting shit from them, and they kind of, now granted we only had them for a couple months, so we didn't know anything good coming from. We didn't have anything good coming from them. We were just doing swaps every day. It was something we were doing every day, but I don't think we had them long enough to see any benefit from it. But yeah, they dropped us too. I think Yamaha too. We used to do Yamaha shit too. I don't know if they still. This is back before I was driving though, because I remember unloading fucking Yamaha bikes on the dock. So, that might be a thing. Might not be anymore. I don't know. I don't pick up from them or anything. But it's just I don't even know where I was going with this, man. I don't even know where I was going with this. I don't know. I just know that companies need to all companies should be treating their employees a bit better if they want to stay in business, because all that has to happen for any company to fall is literally all those employees any given time just stop for a day. Just like, nope. You know what I mean? Just essentially go on strike. You know what I mean? Which I don't even think we're allowed to do that anymore, are we? I don't know what I think. Oh yeah, we have. I don't know if we have strike laws anymore or not. I don't know how that worked out with the fucking contract. But when other companies do it, if they don't have a union, they just like, oh well, you're fired then. You're like, okay, nobody is gonna. Not all the people are just gonna stop working. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people have bills to pay, families to feed. They can't just be like, yeah, I'll just That's what people didn't understand, that because everyone was talking about there being a strike going on. And I'm like, dude, I can't. I'm like, so what happens if we strike? They're like, well, you don't go to work and you come in and you strike for however many times a day or hours a day, and you get paid like $500 a week or something like that through unemployment. I'm like, wait a minute. So we don't we have like a? I thought like the union would have like a strike fund or something. No, we don't have nothing like that. I'm like, are you serious? So I just have to fucking, you know, I just have to fucking not get paid. My family doesn't fucking get to eat. I don't get to pay my bills. It's like, well, it's the price we pay to fucking stick together and get what we deserve. I'm just like, dude, we can't fucking afford that. Like, not many, especially not none of us young guys. Maybe some of you old guys who are more established and have, have already fucking, houses paid off and shit like that. Maybe you can afford to fucking, take a fucking big pay cut like that. I can't afford that. I can't afford to not work, not have income coming in, not be putting hours towards my fucking insurance that my fucking family needs for, doctor. I can't do all that. And if I fucking don't come and I just go to work, you call me a scab because I fucking I'm a company man? Fuck you, man. Fuck you. I feel like that's horseshit. It'd be one thing if the union had like a fund that still paid for all us guys, still paid for our wages and shit, paid for our insurance, stuff like that. Fuck yeah, I'd come fucking strike 8 hours a goddamn day then. Why not? But if it doesn't fucking have that shit, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? There you go. But if it doesn't have nothing like that, dude, I'm going to work. I need to fucking make the money. I need to make the money. And you can call me whatever the fuck you want after that. It's not like they're gonna fucking. It's not like they were gonna give in to your demands anyway, because your union is fucking in bed with the company anyway, more than likely. So I don't know. Now I'm just speaking out of spite. Just speaking out of spite now. It's just I just know that, like I said, the union's great to have. This union is great to have, but the thing that really upsets me about it is the union members. The union members are the worst part about it. Like, some of them are just so miserable, and I get it. I get it. I get why. I'm not saying I don't understand why, but I can tell you this: there's no fucking way. Because like some of these dudes, I work with some real assholes. I'll tell you that. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, you assholes! You fucking, nope, it's, okay, whatever. There's people that I work with who are just these old hardcore union guys who are just the most miserable pricks I've ever met in my life. Like I was doing something. This is around the time I first started driving. I went to, just, pick up what I thought was an empty trailer and take it somewhere. Well, I went to pick up this empty trailer, and there was freight in the back of it. There was like 5 or 6 boxes, I believe. So I'm like, all right, well, let me just pull up to this end of the dock where OS&D is. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh, pull up to this end of the dock where OS&D is, and then I will just pull them up, or yeah, pick them up and take them up to the fucking top there. Why not? You know what I mean? Real quick and easy. This fucking asshole was, first off, he was backing into like a door, his own door. He was another city driver. He was backing into his own door to pull out his pallet jack and shit like that. And he did all that and he took off. Well, that's when I stopped and opened the back of the door. This motherfucker turned around. He was like looking in his rear view at me, turned around, and then fucking came after me, came back to me. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I'm moving these boxes to OS&D. This is supposed to be an empty trailer. You don't fucking touch that. You back into a door and you get a dock worker to take that off. I'm like, dude, it's 6 boxes. He's like, we have work rules here. Like screaming at me. I'm just like, oh my God, dude. You miserable motherfucker. Like how miserable do you have to be to fucking to do something as shitty as that? You know what I mean? Like you were driving away, saw someone doing something that really wouldn't affect anybody. Wouldn't affect anybody at all. And you turn around. Like how fucking miserable. How fucking like I don't understand how fucking upset you had to be. Like I mean, what is your issue? Do you hate your wife? Your wife hate you? Kids haven't talked to you in fucking 20 years? I wonder why, you fucking prick. Like, if you act like that to fucking them, yeah, they're not going to want to be around you. I'm like, it was uncalled for, man. That shit was so uncalled for. And ever since then, I kind of make fun of people now for it. Now I always make fun of guys whenever they act like that. I'm like, oh, well, and then they'll be like, this is a union. We're supposed to be a brotherhood. I'm like, yo, y'all are far from a brotherhood. Each and every one of you motherfuckers would throw this guy under the bus if you had to, if you were given the chance to save your own ass. Nice try though. But hey, what do I know? I'm still the new guy. Been here almost 7 years, but I'm still the fucking new guy. So hopefully shit'll change whenever a lot of these older fucking clowns die or retire. Uh, hopefully the latter. Hopefully they retire. So, some of them I could care less. But I need to get off here because I'm back at the terminal here. I'm going to drop this trailer out. And then I'm probably going to maybe head home. I don't know. Yeah, it's still pretty early. I'll probably end up going back out. I don't know. But you guys have a happy new year. And I will talk to you again later.